Good evening, hockey fans. Welcome to the Kirk Nevin Arena here in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. It is Burgh Hockey Live here at Nevin and Lynch Field. It will be the #1 seed in the southeast of Greater Latrobe, hosting the #2 seed in the northeast of the Armstrong Riverhawks. My name is Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining us and welcome to Burgh Hockey Live, our playoff edition. You thought you got rid of me last night, maybe last week? Not quite yet. We're not done yet. This is my final night of the broadcast, of course, but we're not done covering hockey for you this year. Once again, welcome to Nevin Arena. Greater Latrobe searching for their 5th title here. You look up in the rafters, you get to see all the history with the Wildcats the last couple years. It's been a little bit more heartbreak than history. And, you talk about that loss to Quaker Valley in double overtime. I was here for that last year in the semifinal. They're still driving. This team is a very, I won't say it's a young team. This team is tested at this point. You talk about players like Cole Ferry and Lane Ruffner. You roll the goaltenders, Ryan Powell a couple seasons ago, Gage Handwork last year. This year, it's going to be Greg Irons and Vinny Amatucci. Tonight it's going to be Greg Irons in net for the Wildcats. And, of course, you don't want to speak about championships and talk about the drive for 5 unless you're looking at the Class AA champions from 2 seasons ago, the Armstrong Riverhawks, looking for another title after a down season. Of course, after they won that title, they had quite a number of seniors go on and graduate. So it's going to be a chance for Armstrong to regain something they had a couple seasons ago, a couple seasons removed from AAA. Now the Armstrong Riverhawks looking to try to regain that thing. And what a place to start, facing the #1 seed. If you feel like you belong, it's time to show it. And this team is ready to show it. I am Brian Mitchell. This is Burgh Hockey Live. We're going to get started in just under 4 minutes. We will be back momentarily from Nevin Arena. This is Burgh Hockey Live, the Class AA quarterfinal game here from Kirk Nevin Arena. Let's talk about those Armstrong Riverhawks and who we have in the lineup tonight. Of course, in goal, it's going to be Gavin Grafton. They hope they would get R.T. Bowser back this season. Unfortunately, unable to do so. So it's been Grafton for the most part this season. He's a 7-8 record with an overtime loss, and that's in 453 goals against average and an 852 save percentage with a shutout on the season. Of course, that was Grafton stepping in this season for an injured Bowser. On the opposite side, of course, we said Greg Irons. But one other thing that we want to note for tonight, I believe it is the third leading scorer. Yeah, third leading scorer for the Armstrong Riverhawks, Noah Oliver, out of the lineup. He's not going to be playing tonight. So it's going to be interesting to see where that offense is going to have to come from. Armstrong, of course, led by Lance Quinnell, 21 goals, 10 assists. Maddox Rearick was second in scoring with 11 goals and 13 assists. Just behind Oliver was Ethan Prue with 18 points, 8 goals and 10 assists on the year. For Latrobe, it's going to be Greg Irons tonight, 8-2 on the season, a 168 goals against average and a 910 save percentage with 3 shutouts. Interesting choice for Greater Latrobe going with the senior instead of Vinny Amatucci tonight, but you got a lot to believe in from both of these guys, so I believe in anything that Josh Werner tries to throw out there in big games like this. Josh Werner, of course, is going to miss, I hear, the first couple minutes of this one. He's not going to. He's running a little bit behind this evening. Led on offense, of course, for this Greater Latrobe team, with Cole Ferry leading the way, 27 goals, 20 assists, 47 points on the year. And it was Alex Walker playing 5 less games than Cole Ferry, 13 games. He had 12 goals, 29 assists, 41 points. He had a 3.15 points per game average. So that's going to be big for it. And you always had to say the difference maker on defense is Lane Ruffner. 5 goals, 13 assists, 18 points. A big gun on D on both sides. And he only played 14 games this season for the senior captain. So they're getting ready to line up here. And we will momentarily have the opening faceoff from the Kirk Nevin Arena here in Greensburg. Once again, my name is Brian Mitchell. I apologize if it gets a little rough there on the feed. It is a packed house here, and any signal starts to break down as we get it. I think I've got it stabilized to the point where we're not going to miss a lot of this contest. So I hope that it sticks around for me, and you'll stick around and enjoy some PIHL hockey on a Monday evening.
Tonight, the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League presents a Class AA Women's Cup playoff game between the Armstrong BurghHock's and the Greater Latrobe Wildcats. And now to Honor America and those who serve her, please rise and direct your attention towards the flag to the clang of our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will say this much. As a graduate of Hempfield, I have never seen this place this packed for a contest. This is going to be a great crowd this evening, so please join us for some hockey. Opening face-off coming up at center ice, waiting for the officials. It's going to be Larich and Miller on the lines for the 4 officials in this contest, of course, a playoff contest. And when these 2 gentlemen turn around, I'll give you actual names for the ones that are thinking. I believe that is Batico. I can't tell who the other one is at this point. They'll turn around and give me some answers. Lavrich and Miller, and it is going to be, as soon as we turn around and give me some names, I'll give you the names. Vensko is at center right now, working on that other. It looks like Batico, but I'm not sure. I got the music cranked here. And we're going to get underway momentarily here at Kirk Nevin Arena. Lance Quinnell will step in with Ian with McCutcheon. I'm sorry, it looked like Lamolinar was starting in that one. Out to the back. It's going to be won by back, and here comes Latrobe, dumps it in. Martino dives around. It's going to go back around, backs up, battled off by Rierick inside the zone. And here comes Armstrong in the way. Quinnell shoots, just misses the net. Quinnell on, save by Irons, goes to the corner. McCutcheon behind the net, passes it up Finds Stein. Jared Stein gets it up for McCutcheon. Back up. Prue will pass it over for Townsend. Townsend in his own zone, backing it out. Quinnell up and across. McCutcheon back for Quinnell. Quinnell down in the corner. It's going to be chased down, and here comes Prue. Kept in by Cole Ferry. Back around. Armstrong will take it back with Hertansky. Hertansky down the zone. Back behind. Battled off. Walker couldn't get to it. Back around. Walker for Martino. Nobody home. Quinnell passes it behind. Looking to try to get it out of his own. Turnover by Walker. Walker to Ferry. Wide of the net. Just barely in, around, shot on, just deep, and then out. Hertansky will chase it back to center into his own zone, and he'll pass it all the way up for Alex Walker. Walker into the zone, shot on, wide of the net. Up for Shaw. Shaw battles around in the corner. Up, and here comes Armstrong the other way. Hunter Townsend will just dump it into the zone. Back behind. Here comes Jack Beddick, who passes it up. Spencer Wood will just take it, dump it down the ice. Beddick will chase it behind the net. Back behind Beddick. Takes it up, passes it up, finds Ferry. Ferry gives it to Walker. Walker battled off by Townsend. Big hit by Ferry in front of us. Beddick will have to chase it behind the net. Lute will carry it out. Coming up, Lute throws it across. Quinnell will take it on turnover. Rierick back out. Down 4. And again, it's going to go back, and Lute will take it. Dalton Lute just take it into his own corner. Waits for it, thinks about it for a second. Passes it up for Stein. Stein passes it around. Clears it down around for Lute. Lute looking for Rierick. Rierick will take it, and he'll get hit on the plan. Quinnell will pass it over for Leshanik. Can't get it to him, and it's going to come back up, and up for Prue. Prue into the zone, shot, save, scores! Ethan Prue had 8 on this regular season, gets 1 here tonight, and it's 1-0 Armstrong early. 1-0 Riverhawks as Ethan Prue fires the one shot from the point. He gets the tee at the bench. The honorary high fives, they'll line up with a 1-0 lead, jumping all over Greater Latrobe early. Townsend steps in. Prue will get that face-off win out for Lama Lanara. They kept in. Walker, he's an in, turn over. And here comes Landgraf. Landgraf will just dump it into the zone. Back behind the net where Hertansky will collect it. Hertansky back around. And that's going to be Ian Lama Lanara passing it up. Finds Cole Ferry as he comes into the zone. Cole Ferry in, shot, up and out of play off of a stick. Going to be to the right of the net here. 14:06 remaining in the first period. Ethan Prue with the shot from the point gives Armstrong an early lead here at the Kirk Nevin Arena. Once again, I apologize if we get in and out on the feed. I'm working on trying to stabilize it. I think we're doing a pretty good job making sure it's not dying out as we go. Face off one back, and here comes Hunter Townsend. Townsend behind the net, waiting for Ferry. Sorry, big hit on Myers in the corner. Townsend will take it. Has Coffey in front of him, bounces it off his skate. It's going to go back for Floric. J.S. Floric will just get it back, and Lama Lanara will just dump it into the zone. Coffey will chase it down. Townsend. Oh, big hit by Townsend. Back out. Wow. Big hits early in this contest already. Down, Floric will battle behind the net. Up for Myers. Josh Myers battles around. Or Peyton Myers, I apologize. Battles around, up to the point. Lama Lanara battles off, and here we go. The other way. Nope. Floric will take it inside the zone. Floric over, looking for Coffey. Couldn't tip it in. Back behind. Prue. Prue around. Yakmak couldn't hold on to it. It's going to come the other way. Townsend's going to turn over to Myers. Peyton Myers will just shoot it wide of the net. Out of the zone. It goes, and nope, not really. Actually, it's going to be turned over, and here comes Yakmak the other way. Yakmak couldn't hold on to it, so it's going to be bounced back in for Townsend behind the net. Townsend will wait, and it'll be an icing call. Face-off coming up all the way down to the left of Greg Irons. Very, very high-paced, high-octane first 5 or 4 minutes of this contest. This has been an interesting one so far. 1-0 Armstrong early. Quinnell steps in, one back. Rierick waits, goes through the official shot low Lukanik battles off, but Stein will collect it in his own zone. Stein tries to carry it out, looks for McCutcheon, gets a stick in there. No penalty called there. No penalty. I thought for sure it might have been. Kipped in to Markowski. Battles around, gets it around for Martino. Martino gets it out. Spencer Wood will take it. Dump back in. Martino battles off with Quinnell. Dumps it back into the zone where Lute will chase it. But Markowski behind the net carries it up. Looks for Lute. Dalton Lute looks for Martino. Martino breaks through, has McCutcheon, and it looks like he has Stein on the upside. Shot by Martino. Blocked. Thrown around by Armstrong out to the point. Over for Lute. Lute, shot through traffic, blocked by Wood. Up, looking the other way. Here we go. Rearick the other way. Maddox Rearick into the zone. Maddox Rearick shoots. Save made by Irons. Back down, and Martino will take it back and forth. It's going to go to Townsend, who gets a big hit by McCutcheon in the neutral zone. Markowski behind the net. Goes around. Lute looking for Markowski. He's just going to let it go for Martino. Has Landgraf on him. Martino backs it out. Another hit there. They're coming at hard. Townsend will dump it into the zone. Markowski loses the puck. It's going to be picked up by Walker. Walker is going to carry it out of the zone with authority. Alex Walker in, passes across for Shaw. Misses the one-timer. It's going to go back to Walker behind the net. Walker battles off. Got the two blue shirts in the corner. Ferry's there, but there's a Shaw shot. Save made by Grafton. Back around. Walker's going to take it. He's going to battle around. Backhand shot by Shaw. Scores! Alex Shaw. 1-1 is your score on the backhand. He had 15 on the regular season and 1 tonight. Alex Shaw ties things up at 11:08 of the first period. High-octane game here. Has really gone in the favor of Armstrong early, but Greater Latrobe able to absolutely grind one out there and get a goal. Stuff one back by Latrobe. Lamolinara trying to get it to Hertansky. Battled off. Martino. Martino across for Lamolinara. Tries to pass it up for Martino. Goes into the zone. Martino will chase it down. Wood all over him. Into the corner. Back around. Wood for McCutcheon. Back for Hertansky. Hertansky shot. Scores off the skate of Bennett. And it's 2-1. Greater Latrobe. 2 quick goals. The shot by Hertansky came in, went off of the skate of Bennett. And through the 5-hole of Grafton. And we're talking about a 2-1 game for Latrobe. 2 quick goals. Prue behind the net. Carries it around. Backing up. Rearick. Rearick out of the zone, passes it up, looks for Lukanik. Lukanik lets it go, and it's going to be an icing call here on Armstrong. Walker gets the assist. And Floric gets the secondary assist on the goal. Faceoff goes down the zone. And here we go, faceoff won by Latrobe. Back Lute, shot, glove save by Grafton, and held on to. A lot going on here early in the first. 10:26 remaining in the first frame here. Already a 2-1 score. Shades of what we saw last night with Matt Geica. Quinnell. Max throws it up. It's going to go out of the zone. Rearick. Maddox Rearick comes out. Takes it into the zone. Maddox Rearick. Backing around. Throws it around for Lukanik. We go over. Coffey picks it up. Coffey looking for a pass out of the zone. It's going to be had to be tipped out by him. Nope. Townsend will temp it back into the zone. Beddick comes across, and nice attempt by Yakimak, but Beddick will come in. Knocked out by Armstrong and back out. Here comes Hunter Townsend, rubbed off by Floric. Floric just lets it go for Beddick. Beddick up for Myers. Dumps it into the zone. Townsend chases it behind the net, but leave it for Prug. Floric just does a little tip in front, tries to find Coffey, but it's going to go out for Armstrong. And the other way. They try to go, but Townsend will have to battle with Ferry. Ferry will win that battle into the corner. Cole Ferry. Battle down. Townsend runs into his own player. Ferry will take it. Backhand shot by Shaw up into the corner. Walker up along the half wall. Over. Lamolinaro can't get to it. Back down. Townsend up for Shaw, and it's going to take him by and held out of the zone just barely. I saw that one. Prue will go collect it. Latrobe gets onside, but it'll be taken and thrown down the ice by Armstrong on the net, where Irons will let it go, and here comes Hertansky the other way. Derek Hertansky with the Cole Ferry out for Alex Shaw. Shaw into the zone, across for Walker. Walker looking across, couldn't get it to Ferry, who was flying in front of the net. It's going to go out of the zone. Ian Lamolinaro will just dump it deep into the zone, where Wood will collect it. Wood behind the net. Battles off. Throws it around for Yakmak. Yakmak will dump it up for Quinnell, but Lyric will take it and dump it into the zone. It'll go deep, and Lute collects it. It's going to stay. And Ferry, battle around, and here comes Alex Shaw. Shaw into the zone. Battles around Grafton. Grafton, Shaw will pass it across for Walker, all alone in the near corner. Up for Shaw. Back behind where Grafton will collect it, and Skylar Grafton will pass it around where it's just grabbed by Shaw. Up and around for Ferry. Ferry for Lute to Ferry. Cross shot by Ferry, saved by Grafton. 7:57 remaining, first period. 2-1 is your score. Greater Latrobe leads Armstrong early. Once again, Greater Latrobe coming in #1 seed in the Southeast, and of course, one of the premier teams in AA this season. Armstrong looking to regain a little bit of that composure from 2 seasons ago. And we're talking about, the AA championship they were able to win up at 66 in 2018. Yakmak behind the net, throws it out of the zone, goes clear down, and it's for an icing call. 7:43 remaining, first period. McCutcheon will step in with Hunter Townsend. Hunter Townsend will lose the face-off to Stein. Stein carries it behind his net. Jacob Townsend out there with him. Prue will just dump it behind the net. Martino up for Lute, but it's going to be tapped by Yakmak and out of the zone. Stein will collect it in a neutral zone. Dump it in. Back behind where Prug will take it. Ethan Prug up for Yakmak and looking for the clearing pass, but out will be Landgraf. Landgraf dumps it behind the net. Be collected by Jack Beddick and carried out by Beddick with a head of steam. Throws it all the way down the ice where Jake Townsend will take it. Back around, Josh Martino will collect it in the near corner. Martino throws it across, looks for the tip. Brew almost helped him out. Back around for McCutcheon. Up, Lamolinaro, shot high, just wide of the net. Not hearing a lot about Lane Ruffner tonight. Don't know if he's going to play or not. He's here. He's on the bench. Just haven't seen him out there yet. Back around. Prue carrying it out of the zone. Backhanded in. Lane Ruffner on the bench. Doesn't have a stick in his hand. Wonder if he's going to play. Alex Walker. And shot just wide of the net. Oh, Grafton missed it with the glove. Walker looking for it again. Redirection shot. Score! Alex Shaw with the goal. 3-1. Greater Latrobe here. 6:15 remaining in the first period. Just a broken play behind the net. Grafton couldn't glove it cleanly. It bounced around. Walker picked up his own rebound, threw it out in front. Shaw, in a perfect position, was able to just smack it into the open net at 6:15 of the first. It's 3-1 Greater Latrobe. Face-off coming up. Walker, Townsend. Hunter Townsend will win it back for Wood. Wood will take it, dump it across for Lamolinaro. He just dumps it up, tries to get it to Shaw. Townsend. Wood. Spencer Wood will dump it in on net. Held on to by Irons. Hertansky will tie up with Hunter Townsend. And we'll have a face-off to the left of the net. 5:59. Shaw with 2 goals in this contest so far. Alex Shaw backing around. Yakmak will battle behind net. Throws a wraparound around. Nice opportunity there. Townsend throws it in front. Landgraf couldn't get anything on it. Battled off. Yakmak tries to go off Lamalinara. Hearing that name a lot with a coffee will come in, dump it down the ice. Backing around Wood, looking for Yakmak. Trying to get out of the zone, throws it back for Simpson. Nobody home. Yakmak in his own corner will dump it out for Lute at center. Dalton Lute thinks about it, waits, comes forward with it. Across the red, shoots it down wide of the net. Grafton couldn't glove it, so it's going to go to Simpson. Ezra Simpson will dump it around to the point. Bird waits for it, lets it go. It's going to be picked up by Armstrong, who carries it out of the zone. Here comes Yakmak, who just dumps one on net, which is just directed to the corner by Irons. Myers back down and dumped into the zone. Baldwin and Meadville, 0-0 after 1 over at Ice Castle Arena as I get my first update of the day, where they'll come in as we get them. And around, here we go. Shot on, just high, wide. McCutcheon couldn't put it on. Once again, Baldwin and Meadville, 1-0. Mars leading Montour, 2-1 after 1 at Barrel Ice Complex. They'll continue to throw me updates as we continue to move along, hopefully. McCutcheon waiting for Townsend to step in. We have Alan Saunders up at Hess for the Neshannock Lancers and Morgantown Mohawks that should have started by now. Alan will have the update for us from there. Ed Majors at Ice Castle Arena, where Baldwin is playing the Meadville Bulldogs at 0-0 at the end of 1 there. And I just got the update from Glenn Himes. 2-1, Mars leads the Montour Spartans after 1. So we're going to continue to get our updates as we go. You guys will get your fix of PIHL hockey as we can continue to move along. Face-off coming up to the right of Gavin Grafton. And nope, they're going to kick it out of the zone and put it directly to our right here. Miller will drop the puck. Townsend will step in with McCutcheon, and 1 back by McCutcheon to Stein. Stein on the backhand tries to get it out, but it's going to be picked up by Hunter Townsend. Townsend will carry it in, can't hold on to it, so it's going to go out of the zone. Here comes Martino with a head of speed. Martino has a hard time with that. Josh Martino couldn't put it around. It's going to come up and go past and through Yakmak's skates up along the boards, and Hertansky will dump it into the zone. Wood will chase it down behind the net, around for Bennett. Leland Bennett coming out of the zone, gives it to Townsend, who lets it up for Landgraf. Landgraf will dump it deep in where Ian Lamalinara will collect it. Lamalinara into the zone. Cole Ferry battled off by Maddox Rierick. Back behind the net, looking for it, and here comes Maddox Rierick. Blocked by Lamalinara, who takes it, throws it across center. Tipped in, score! Play developed quickly. And Lamalinaro just took the puck away, threw a pass across the crease, and guess who was there? Cole Ferry. 4-1 Greater Latrobe, and this one's starting to get a little bit out of hand at 3:34 of the first period. "4-1 is your score. Cole Ferry with the tip in. Let the re-drop the puck here. Officials will line up. And one by Latrobe, back for Lute. Dalton Lute take it out. Shaw, Alex Shaw, offside is the call. They called the offsides. Miller. Lamalinara gets the assist. Ferry from Lamalinara was how the score line went down. Face-off was in front of the Armstrong bench. Peyton Myers will throw it across. Sorry. Looks for Coffee. Can't hold on to it. Myers throws it around. Up. It's going to be picked up by Lechanic. Rierick will just dump it back into the zone. Townsend chases it down. Jacob Townsend, 78 for Prue. Up along for Lechanic. Looking out, it's going to be picked up by Bednick. He just dumps it in to the Armstrong bench, and they'll have a face-off coming up. Let's see where they decide to drop it. I think they're looking at center. Well, I don't disagree with that. Mars leads Montour 1-0. Newman and Muha scored back-to-back, less than a minute apart. Then Crowley got the go-ahead goal for the Planets. That's from Matt Popchak on Twitter. Ed Thompson is we got an injured player behind the net. Big hit. Wait and see what it's going on. It's Peyton Myers behind the net. Gets up slow. Looks like he's okay. I'm waiting to see if there's anything called on it. There is. It's going to be Hunter Townsend going off. I was scoreboard watching. I didn't get a chance to actually check it out. Once again, we have another Ed. Ed Thompson down in at Hockeyville in the Mon Valley for the Ringgold game. So he'll be giving us updates as we continue to move along. Face-off coming up to the left of Gavin Grafton. Back down, battled off Walker. Good for Ferry. Cole Ferry for Hertansky. Hertansky gets it across. This dynamic power play by the Latrobe. Stein will shoot, saved by Grafton. Walker, Stein, Hertansky, Ferry out there with Martino. Of course, Lane Ruffner, I mentioned was sitting on the bench without a stick in his hand. Looks like he's not going to come into this one. So Cole Ferry behind the net. Ferry up for Stein. Stein across for Ferry. Waits for it, dances around. Stein, shot just high and wide. Coming in is Walker, but Spencer Wood will take it. Bounces it up the boards for Hertansky. Walker on the half wall. Walker for Hertansky. Hertansky for Walker. Passes it around. Hertansky. Back down. Walker. Shot on high and wide. Just chipped it over. It's going to be Stein behind the net. Jared Stein. Up for Hertansky. Cross for Walker. Throws it across. Ferry on the block. Big save without knowing it by Grafton. Came across. Caught it just off the blocker of his glove. And it's 1:47 remaining in the period. We'll have a face-off. There is a penalty. 1:05 remaining in the minor. I think he did take a major on the penalty, too. There's 2 in the box right now. Yeah, they did get him. It was a 2 and a 10 for boarding for Hunter Townsend. Over for Stein. Stein shoots. Gloved off of the post. Barely wasn't able to hold on to that. Hertansky will just dump it across. Wood will take it, dump it out of the zone. Stein back to play center field. Stein in front of his own net. Carries it up. Jared Stein into the zone. Waits for it, goes around the defense. Battled off by Armstrong and out of the zone. And Rierick tries to get it out of the zone. And down and behind. It'll be taken, and Lamolinar can't get to it, so Rierick will just dump it into the zone behind for Dalton Lute. Lute carries it around. Lute out of the zone, up for Martino. Battled off of the boards, offside. He came in backwards. The check was enough for the puck to cross and call that offside. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty. 57.8 seconds remaining in the period here. 4-1 Greater Latrobe. Shaw getting a pair of goals. Hertansky and Ferry. However, Prue got the opening goal for Armstrong here. And it seemed like Armstrong was able to battle pretty solidly with Latrobe early, but unable to build on it. Lamalinara hits Quinnell in front of the net, but it's going to go back, and Shaw will collect. He gets it over for Lute. Dalton Lute passes it off, hits off of McCutcheon. Lyric will chase it in, battles off. Nice try by Lyric to try to get it back in the zone. It's going to be picked up by Armstrong. 30 seconds remaining in the period. Prue carries it in, comes across, finds Yakmak. Yakmak on the backhand. Just takes it into the corner. Prue chases it down in his own corner. It's going to go out of the zone. They're going to chase it down. There is no chasing, so if it hits the blue line, it does not. Florik's going to pass it in front, but nice little play by Landgraf to be there. Around for Shaw, throws it in front. Try to go back to that centering pass. Florik can't get it to Simpson. Simpson will take it for Yakmak. That's the end of the first period here at Kirk Nevin Arena. It is 4-1 in favor of the Greater Latrobe Wildcats. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Burgh Hockey Live. Let's look at our out-of-town scoreboard if I can find it. Everything's all over the place on the website now. Let me see if I can find our scores. I'm getting an update. Here we go. Monday today. Our updates look like this. Wilmington leading Ringgold 2-1 at Rostraver Ice Garden. Slowly, we look like we have an upset brewing down at Hockeyville. Ben List and Nick Cartwright jumping out right away. Followed up by a Nathan Todd goal by Ringgold, but it's 2-1 Wilmington. Ringgold needed to get out of an early hole there. Neshannock leading Morgantown 3-0 at Hess Ice Rink. Meadville and Baldwin. Baldwin took a 1-0 lead. Let's see who scored in that contest. Dylan Belak getting a goal in the second period from Arnos and Buys at 3:56. That's going to give them a lead there. We don't have a score. We do have a score from Montour and Mars. It is 2-1 Mars. Let me double check and make sure that updated, if we got an updated standings on that. Pop Chalk has it. Montour, it's 3-2 now as Strelica scores. It was 3-1 at one point. Now it's 3-2 Mars up at Barrel Ice Complex. That's what we got from Hess. And we have 3-0 Neshannock. Malver, Benson, and Harris with the goals for the Lancers early. And here it's 4-1 Latrobe early. Face off one across. Martino will just dump it in. Jarek Townsend will behind the net, goes for Wogman. Wogman battles along. McCutcheon will just dump it into the zone. Townsend. Jacob Townsend will just dump it in. Hunter is in the box for a 10-minute misconduct right now. Out for Walker's shot just wide of the net. Into the zone. Back and behind. Here comes Wogman, who just dumps it down. Hertansky will take it, throw it across. And Townsend will just dump it off of the Latrobe bench, and it will be a face-off coming up inside in the zone. They're saying to the right of Grafton here with 16:24 remaining in the second. Let me update the period marker for us on our website. Doing everything by yourself takes a little bit of a toll on you when you're trying to get some stuff done. 4-1 is your score. Burgh Hockey Live. Thank you for joining me in my penultimate broadcast of the season. Next one will be tonight for Bishop McCourt in Indiana. Following this one, new speed, of course, and trip. That's gonna be offside. Yakmak was trying to come out. Stick came in from Ferry, but no penalty on the play. I'm trying to figure out what the call was. Face-off came back in deep. Back down and across. It's going to be dumped in by Bednick. Back and around. Wood battles in. Shaw back there. Cole Ferry backs for Alex Walker. Walker goes into the corner. Battles off. Another hit. Landgraf around for Yakmak, but it's going to be tempted by Ferry. Yakmak and Ferry battle along the boards. It's going to bounce behind the net. Walker and Ferry. Landgraf goes high on Ferry. They'll go back and forth. Back for Yakmak, who just dumps it out of the zone. Bednar will throw it over for Lute. Lute dumps it into the zone, back and behind for Spencer Wood. Spencer Wood will take it, just throw it around, trying to find Grafton. Grafton will go around, picked by Walker pretty. Back up Walker for Shaw. Yak Mac tries to throw some power into him, misses. Shaw will battle off to Armstrong, Riverhawks, and lose, and here comes Latrobe the other way. Back out, picked up by Grafton, who will carry it across the ice. Grafton into the zone, waits for it, shot on, just wide of irons into the near corner, where Shaw will take it. Back out. Rierick into the zone, Lamalinara will chase it behind the net, battle down. Owen Check into the game here. He tries to get that one. It's going to go back into the zone where Lute will collect it. Carries it out, dumps it down. Shaw, big hit by Prue in front. No arms up on that one, except for the crowd. Back up to the point. Hertansky shot, just wide. Looks for the rebound. Scores! Alan Ryder gets his first career goal for Latrobe. Yep, that's who it was. Alan Ryder, first career goal in the postseason, the fifth for Latrobe, and it is 5-1 Greater Latrobe here. What a goal by Ryder. Firing that one. Picking up a loose rebound on the side of the net. Congratulations, Ryder. He gets an Allen chant here from the crowd. Face-off coming up, McCutcheon. Wins it back, Simpson in the zone. Cleared down the ice. Markowski gonna take it. Stein will dump it into the zone. Looks like Josh Werner has arrived. I'm getting a little bit of a glare from the glass in my camera. Back down, Stein behind the net. Looking around. Hertansky will battle off, but here comes Rierick the other way. Maddox Rierick into the zone. Looks around, finds Check. Battles off, looks around. Quinnell back behind the net. They'll battle Rierick. Rierick and Hertansky will battle off. Go behind the net. They'll battle it in. McCutcheon. And Rierick will come in. Quinnell will take the puck. Townsend. This goes around. Tries to get it past. And it's going to go straight back into the Armstrong net zone where McCutcheon will take it. It's going to turn the other way. And we've got a hand pass called here. Face-off coming up just in front of the Latrobe bench. No, Dylan, unfortunately, we have certain restrictions. We can't do a lot of games, but we will not have Avonworth and Elizabeth forward for you. I apologize. I believe that was picked up by Trib, so you check that out with them. Certain restrictions we can't have. You can check on Trib Live to see who they have for the first round. Back for Prue. I'm just lucky to be able to have a contest like this going on. Couple contests tonight. Walker into the zone. Walker waits on the backhand across. Oh, can't clear it. Yeah, these will be our only two contests that we will be broadcasting in this postseason. Unfortunately, we found out that we will not have the Princegate doubleheader tomorrow. Found out at early today. We weren't aware that that was selected. After talking to the league for the last week, Lamalinara lets it go through his legs. Lamalinara is going to carry it out of the zone. Quinnell with him into the zone. Quinnell hits Lamalinara as Wood goes into the zone. A battle off in the corner. Ferry passes it out, looks for Lamalinara. Just throws it across. Goes back to Armstrong, who just takes the puck and dumps it out for Rierick. Rierick's going to take it in. Looks for the backhand pass to Quinnell. Broken up nicely by Lamalinara. But Rierick will take it in front, throws it in the corner. Shot on by Quinnell. Back down. And Rierick will get into it behind the net with Beddick. And Walker takes an exception to that. They'll break them up. 12:02 remaining in the second period. 5-1 Greater Latrobe here at Kirk Nevin Arena. I almost said Center Ice Arena. I'm having a flashback to it. Let's see what we got for the scoreboard. Face-off coming up. Look at that scoreboard once again, give you guys an update what's going on around the PIHL. Any updates right now? Battle in the corner. They're going to the near corner. Ground bounces up. Looks for Floric. Floric will take it. Clears down, and Myers will battle off with Lacanic, who just dumps it across. Bird will get it up for Coffee. Coffee for Floric, who's going to chase it down, but it's going to be picked up by Townsend. 3-1, Neshannock leads Morgantown right now. Baldwin with a 1-0 lead. And Ringgold ties things up with Wilmington 2-2. I just checked, it was 3-2 on my last check between Montour and I had an update there for you. I just saw it. 4-2, Mars leads the Montour Spartans. Back behind, Quinnell carries it out of the zone, just dumps it down for Bird. Bird bounces it off the boards, gets it to Myers. And Myers looking for Floric. It's going to go in. Nice stay on. No. Barely was offside. So. We're still looking at this scoreboard right now. Face-off coming up in front of the Latrobe bench. Cleared out. Here comes Landgraf. Landgraf throws one on. Glove by Irons and held on to. Braden Landgraf. Owen Check will be on the right wing here. Here comes Landgraf into the and on the right wing, it's going to be Michael Wogman. Down into the corner, Landgraf chases it down with Lamalinara. Check, back for Stein. Stein and Wood dumps it out. Wood for Landgraf. He'll just dive under Stein's check. Check will come in, Landgraf battle along. All things considered, if you look at the two teams, Greater Latrobe has the size advantage in this contest. And they're not playing, you know, Armstrong's not playing like they're afraid of that size advantage. Simpson along the boards. Martino battles with him. Martino in the corner. Back down. Ground for Landgraf. Landgraf looking for Check. Owen Check in his near corner. Takes it, dumps it out of the zone for Beddick. Goes past him. Wogman chases it down. Beddick with him. Beddick will collect it on the backhand behind the net. Lute with him. Beddick leaves it for Lute. Takes a check. Back for Stein. Stein takes it, dumps it out of the zone. Be picked up and thrown in. Beddick will take it, and here comes Greater Latrobe the other way. Stein will just dump it behind. Going around. Moving for it, and Beddick behind the net. Quinnell runs into him and just absolutely football tackles him. No call on the play. Walker will pick up the puck. Gets it for Lute. Lute looking to give it to Beddick. Yakmak looks for the knee. Misses with the knee, hits him with the body. Goes around, Walker throws it on, scores! Alex Walker scores to make it 6-1. And I apologize, it didn't mean he was looking for the knee. It just looked like the knee was coming in. That was not what I intended with that call. But Alex Walker makes it 6-1 on a sensational play in front. And we'll have a face-off here. Updated scores, Neshannock leading Morgantown 4-1. Baldwin 1-0 over Meadville. Armstrong trailing Greater Latrobe 5-1. And Ringgold has a 3-2 lead on Wilmington. Timeout. Looks like on the ice. And of course, I did mention Mars leading Montour 4-2 at Barrel Ice Complex. That's an update from Matt Popchalk and Glenn Himes in the Great North. Up 4-3. Here's the score now. Gargash does what Gargash does. Scores another goal for Montour. Coming up later, it will be Jared Todhunter at Pittsburgh Ice Arena. He'll be there for Hempfield and Plum. And then Elizabeth Forward and Avonworth at the Barrel Ice Complex. That'll be Matt Popchalk and Mr. Glenn Himes. Burrell and Carrick at Ice Castle. Ed Major begins his residency at Ice Castle Arena. Make sure you buy him plenty of coffee when you see him. And I have Indiana Bishop McCourt post this game here at Kirk Nevin Arena. Same format, video here at Lynch Field in Greensburg. Once again, I was mentioning earlier in this game, as a Hempfield graduate, I have never seen the Kirk Nevin Arena this packed. It is awesome, great environment to have these two squads. Like, it's not a short trip to go to Armstrong from here, to get from here from Armstrong. So that they have a very good presence to my right. Latrobe has a good presence to the left. Everybody seems like it's civil and having a good time here. Scoreboard says 6-1 in favor of the home team, Latrobe. So we move along after the timeout, 8:48 remaining in the second period. There is no curfew here in the postseason. So winner goes on to face the winner of Hempfield and Plum that plays this evening. Of course, their respective 1 and 2 seeds in the postseason. It's an East-West format in the PIHL postseason this year. Out comes Prue. Prue into the zone. Rearick was offside. They waited for it, but they're going to get the offside call. Face-off coming up to the right side. Nope, they're going to go right in front of the Armstrong net. They're giving Walker from Ferry in this contest for that goal. Face-off one back by Latrobe. Into the zone. Hertansky will take it. Try to give it across for Lamalinara behind the net. Lamalinara waits for it, passes it up, finds Ferry, but Ferry can't hold on to it, so go back to Shaw, who just dumps it into the zone. Grafton will chase it behind. Skylar Grafton will give it for Lance Quinnell. Quinnell battles off and around. Grafton just throws it off the net, so Quinnell will have to collect it. He'll take it, jumped up in the air. Walker will collect it, dump it down. Nice play by Walker to give it there. Ferry battled off by Skylar Grafton, goes back to center ice where Hertansky will collect it. Derek Hertansky. Cross for Lamalinara. Ian Lamalinara just dumps it up for Prue. Prue tries to dribble it over the head of Shaw. Shaw did not allow that to happen. Back behind the net. Throw it in front. Nobody home. It's going to be picked up by Robinson, getting a shift here. J.D. Robinson will get it into the zone. Dumped it deep. Across for Ryder. Ryder with the 5th goal for Latrobe, his first career on the day. Once again, congratulations to the kid for your first goal. 4-1 to Shannock now at Hess Ice. 3-2 still there. And let's see if I have any new updates. Jared Todhunter has a release that he is at center. He's up at Pittsburgh Ice now, so you can follow him on Todhunter Prods. And he'll have the updates for Hempfield and Plum if you're interested in seeing who one of these two teams will be facing after this contest. Back down, here comes, it was dumped in by Bird. He goes back for Lute. Lute will have to collect it behind the net. Dalton Lute. Was out of the zone where we collected and dumped in by Leland Bennett. Lute takes it, throws it around Robinson. Past Landgraf, or Simpson will collect it and just dump it into the zone. Going to bounce off of a stick and down for Robinson. Here comes Florick into the zone, 2-on-1 with Ryder. Florick looking for Ryder, but just takes a shot wide of the net. Goes out to the point. Lute will dump it back in. Ryder. Alan Ryder will just battle along, but picked up by Rearick. Maddox Rearick will carry it out of the zone. Maddox Rearick, a supplemental player on that 2018 Penguins Cup team. Graduated a lot of seniors. I believe his brother Jace was on that squad. Robinson will take it, dump it into the zone. Down. A lot of these players, the older players, did play on that team. Trying to build, as you heard from Jeff Morrow last night, trying to build a squad up in the right way up in Armstrong. Townsend will dump it behind the net. around for McCutcheon. McCutcheon. That's Stein for Robinson. Robinson waits, shot just high and wide of the net. Looks like they're maybe a year or two away. Hertansky will take it, dump it in. Battled around. Grafton. Battled around and cleared behind. Up and big hit, but hold on to. Hertansky will dump it around for Townsend. Townsend just takes it, loses the puck. It was bouncing, throws it on net, saved by Irons. Hertansky for Martino. Bounces it around. McCutcheon collects it. Colt McCutcheon passes it across. Finds Hertansky. Derek Hertansky throws it around. Cleared down the zone. Owen check. Will take it and dump it into the zone. Lamolinara behind the net, up for Stein. Jared Stein up for Martino. Martino waiting for around. Josh Martino throws it in front, just held on to by oh wait, there was a goaltender change. I apologize. It was Dylan Morris in net now. I just noticed on the ice. 4-1 to Shannock. Alan Saunders gives you the update on Twitter. I want to give everybody a note at home. I did punch a couple numbers while I was away this weekend and had a little bit of time. And I did note that I did do like a mock comparative formula, what they use to actually decide which teams are worthy of going in. Hold on, wait for it. Save made, rebound just wide of the net. Dylan Morris with the first save, and rebound goes through. Big save by Morris on that. Yakmak will battle up, gets it to Bednick. Bednick passes it around the corner to Walker. Bennett chases him down, hit by Walker. Back up for Bednick. Bednick waits for it, throws it down. Ferry, Cole Ferry down for Walker. Lamolinara, and Walker will battle. Back down, Ian Lamolinara with Simpson. Up along the boards, helped by Shaw coming up. Shaw takes it to the top of the circle, skates around one player, looking for Walker. Big hit by Prue. No penalties here. They're really letting them play out there, are the officials. Bounces around. Clears down. Now there's a penalty coming up on Armstrong. Looks like it's going to be a trip. Back around, waits for it. Up and around. Shaw can't get to it. It's going to be towed by Prue and dumped down the ice. But a penalty's coming up. Tripping call coming up on Armstrong. Looks like it's going to be Bennett going to the box for the trip. Face-off coming up on the left side. Yeah, I did a little bit of a mock comparative formula this year, and we won't know until it's officially done by the league, so I'm just going to say it. Latrobe still did not elevate to the AAA level due to enrollment figures of all things. The enrollment figures for Butler went up this year. Latrobe and a lot of the eastern suburb teams went down. So it became an issue. So Latrobe and Hempfield are the first two teams out at 12 and 13. The other teams that were in position moved up into AAA officially. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Shaw back down and across. Shaw up for Lamolinara. Lamolinara shot blocked for Shaw. Alex Shaw behind the net. Looks for Floric. Floric up for Lamolinara. Over, across for Lute. Lute, cross for Floric. Waits around, just tips it around, throws it on nets, and just goes wide of that said net. Back down. Floric up for Lamolinara. Up for Lamolinara. Shot just wide, hold on to. Up for Townsend. Up for McCutcheon. McCutcheon down for Lamolinara. Back down for Shaw. Shaw shot high, wide. Lute will chase it down. Maybe we'll talk about that comparative formula at the break here. Townsend will go. Lute tries to go for a hog tie. No penalty on the play. Floric into the zone. Shot on wide of the net. Lute waits for the zone. Still good there. Back down. McCutcheon behind the net. Throws it across. Finds Ferry, who shoots high, wide. Floric. Spencer Wood will let it go. Floric out to the point. Ferry can't get to it. Hertansky battles around into the front. Quinnell. Going to round for Stein, and here we go the other way. He just waits for it, throws one. It's going to find the stick of Rierick. Nice play by Rierick to get in. Comes, good, scores! Rierick gets the goal. 6-2 here, 1:57 remaining in the second period. Nice little play by Rearick to be able to get an air ball right on his stick, carry it in, and just fire it over irons for the second goal and it's a short-handed goal for Rearick, too. Yeah, we'll talk about that comparative formula and updates on all of that in the intermission. I did a mock one, of course, all of it unofficial, so nobody can really use it to say, hey, we're doing this. And we're tied at Barrel Ice Complex, last I checked. It is 4-4 between Montour and Mars. Walker will carry it out of the zone in. Walker tries to get around. Nice play by Townsend. Try to get into Martino throwing in. Oh, wow. Developing play early there. Out, thrown to ground. Save made by Grafton, lost his puck. Prue will take it. Has Yakmak, but it's going to go out to Bird. Bird will dump it down on net. Morris dumps it behind for Grafton, around where Yakmak battles. And here comes Prue, Ethan Prue. Battles along with Ferry. They go to the ice. Gets it to Hertansky. Hertansky will take it, dump it up for Martino. Martino for Simpson, back across. Bird, Yakmak takes him into the boards. Ferry will dump it into the zone, behind the net. Picked up by Ezra Simpson. Gets it over to Ethan Prue. 1 to go in this period. Bird at center, waits for it, dumps it in deep. Simpson will collect it. 6-2 is your score. Back out, Stein up along, battle with Prue. They're going to get in each other's face. They'll go back and forth, battle Quinnell will take it. Martino behind the net, tied up by Grafton. Grafton will go behind. Martino puts a little bit of extra English on him. It'll be Hertansky, dumps it in behind the net. Simpson collects it. Ezra Simpson takes it, throws it down, but be picked off by Shaw. And bounces off of him. He doesn't close his hand on it. It's good. Stein will just dump it into the zone. Looked at it, didn't hold on to it. Backing around. Stein will collect it. 13 to go in the period. Stein across for Lamalinara. Ian Lamalinara will chase it in. He has Martino coming with him. Shot on, save made, held on to. 3.5 seconds remaining, second period. We'll have a face-off to the left of Dylan Morris. Morris, 0-2 on the season with a .784 save percentage. You only saw action in just over 2 total games of time, so you're not looking at the full, 2 full games, a little over 2 full games of relief for Armstrong. McCutcheon waiting with Quinnell. Wait for it. One by Armstrong. They'll battle around. It goes into the corner. Wood. And we'll have the end of the second period here at Kirk Nevin Arena with your score 6 for the Greater Latrobe Wildcats and 2 for the Armstrong Riverhawks. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Burgh Hockey Live. AA quarterfinal here at Kirk Nevin Arena. We'll be back. We'll talk a little bit about my mock comparative formula. We'll talk about the scoreboard. We'll talk about this game. We'll talk about everything, but it's nothing that's not hockey. We'll be back. All right, we're going to start with your out-of-town scoreboard here. The one that matters to this matchup is the Plum and Hempfield game. Plum leads Hempfield 1-0 in the first period. Nick Pushik with a goal early in that contest. Morgantown and Mars tied 4-4 at the Barrel Ice Complex right now. Sean Newman gets a goal at 5:39, followed by a Preston Muha goal just less than a minute later. Nick Crowley's able to close out the scoring in the first. with an even strength goal at 16:04. Then Nick Crowley gets his second in the second at 1:32 of the second period. Tommy Golub for Montour at 4:17 will get it back within one goal. Then Matt Reamer gets a goal for Mars to make it 4-2. Montour gets 2 straight goals from Dusty Garagash and Anthony Migliozzi to tie things up as we go into the second intermission. Neshannock leading Morgantown 4-1 at the Hess Ice Rink. Alan Saunders there right now. Tom Malver scoring in the first period on the power play to give Neshannock a lead at 15-minute mark. Michael Benson, Hunter Harris getting goals in the second period before Turner Lawrence gets his own at 7:38 of that second period. And Davey Kuchenauer scored at 14:07 of the second period, and it's 4-1 up at the Hess Ice Arena. Baldwin leading Meadville. Ed Major sending me a little stat. Shots are 37-8 in favor of Baldwin. However, it's only 1-0 Fighting Highlanders in the South Hills. Dylan Belak with the only goal in that contest. Greater Latrobe and Armstrong here. We see this one going on, but we'll tell you how it played out as we continue to move down the list here. Ethan Prue with the goal, 1-0 to lead it out at 2:26 of the first early. But then Latrobe just pouring it on as Alex Shaw, Derek Hartansky, Alex Shaw again, and Cole Ferry at the end of the first. It was 4-1 Greater Latrobe. Greater Latrobe would add 2 more quick in the second period as Alan Ryder gets his first career goal. Alex Walker gets one. Maddox Rearick would get one late in the period for Armstrong to make it 6-2. And that's where we stand in this contest right now. Wilmington trailing Ringgold 5-2 at Rostraver. That game started out 2-0 Wilmington in the first, but a goal from Nathan Todd would tie things up after a Ben List and Nick Cartwright goal from Wilmington. Brad Budos, Hunter Bergman, Brad Budos again, and Nathan Todd would get goals in the second period, and that's where we sit at the end, coming up at the end of 2. 5-2 Ringgold down at Hockeyville in the South Hills. And the one that matters to this matchup, Plum and Hempfield. Plum leads Hempfield 1-0 in the first period as Nick Pushik gets a goal. So that's how we look. Now we're going to move into a little bit of an off-topic thing, but it's we're talking the end of the regular season, so we can talk a little bit about next season so far. This is just based off of things that I looked at. We have the comparative formula, of course, is what the PIHL uses to decide who goes to what level and how it works. And I did do a mock one for this season, and it came up with some interesting results as we look at these details and you look at how the point systems go, and this is just all random. It's not an official number. I have them here. The AAA stays untouched next season if they remain with 11 teams, as Upper St. Clair and Pine Richland moved into officially the top 11 teams in PIHL. Central Catholic first team on the outside, only 38 points above the Greater Latrobe Wildcats, who are sitting in 12th right now. Hempfield right behind them, but there starts the gap there as Baldwin is the third team out in AA. Interesting additions to AA if they stuck with these details. Thomas Jefferson would join the middle class as well as the Indiana Indians. And that cutoff line is at 1,351 points. At 1,350, just on the outside looking in, North Hills leading the way. 2 teams drop into single A if this was the case, and that would be the Shaler Titans and the Quaker Valley Quakers moving down to single A if it sticks the way it's supposed to. I'm not sure with the people deciding what they want to do. That's how it looks, though, so far. The biggest mover was Thomas Jefferson, who moved from 27th to 22nd in the standings. So that was the big one. That they moved to the middle tier of AA if they were there after their season this year. A couple seasons at single A, moved them up above basically a bunch of teams who played AA for a very long time. So, but that doesn't mean anything because you don't know how it's going to happen. I'm just talking out of my you-know-what, and we're just throwing things at the wall, seeing if they stick, trying to just make sure the scores are here. out of town scoreboard really doesn't look like anything has changed. Nope, no score changes in that one. We're waiting for the updates. Once again at Barrel Ice Complex, it's Matt Popchalk and Glenn Himes for us today. Neshannock and Morgantown, that's at Hess. That's Alan Saunders, all the way up in Newcastle making the trek. Maldwin and Meadville, 1-0 Highlanders at the end. I'm sorry, coming from the end of the first. Or maybe it's at the end of 2 there. Latrobe leading Armstrong here, 6-2. Wilmington trailing Ringgold 5-3 at Hockeyville. Plum leading Hempfield 1-0 at Pittsburgh Ice. And coming up at Barrel, once again, at Ross Traver, it's Ed Thompson. And at Pittsburgh Ice, it's Jared Todhunter. Once again, at Barrel Ice, it is Matt Popchalk and Glenn Himes. At Ice Castle, Ed Major is going to be Burrell and Carrick at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock also, Elizabeth Ford and Avonworth at Barrel. Indiana and Mission McCourt in the following game here, where we will have that on Burgh Hockey Live. And we've got a good one here. We'll see how this one plays out in the third. 17 minutes remaining and possibly the season for the Armstrong Riverhawks. And as we mentioned in the pregame, 2 years off of a Penguins Cup, got hit by a big senior class. That can affect a lot of smaller teams, and it did for them. They had a down year last year. I believe they only had 2 or 3 wins on the year and made the postseason this year. So big ups for the Armstrong Riverhawks for hanging in there. They're only down 6-2 going into the third against a dynamic Greater Latrobe team. Once again, I will be back. I am Brian Mitchell. This is Burgh Hockey Live from Kirk Nevin Arena. Quick update, Hempfield has tied Plum up at Pittsburgh Ice. Let's see who the scorer was for the Spartans, and that was Hunter Smiles for the Hempfield Spartans at 9:28 of the first. 1-1 at Pittsburgh Ice is your update here. Welcome back to Kirk Nevin Arena here in Greensburg, Pennsylvania, as we are coming into the final period of Armstrong and Greater Latrobe. The Wildcats leading the Riverhawks 6-2, and the winner gets to go to take on the victor of Hempfield and Plum going on right now. And we're going to continue to give you updates when we can from the rinks outside of here. We have a pretty good upload, and we've got a bunch of guys out. We've got every game covered in the first round here. Mars up 5-4 over Montour in the third period at Barrel Ice Complex. Morgantown trailing the Shannock 6-1. Baldwin up 1-0 on Meadville. Jordan McCurdy with 36 saves, only 7 shots for the Bulldogs in that contest. Greater Latrobe here leading 6-2 over Armstrong. Ringgold Wilmington 5-2, and Hempfield has a 3-1 lead on Plum in the second period. Face-off won by Latrobe, dumped in deep. Latrobe will chase it down. Martino battles around. Cleared out. Townsend. Hunter Townsend back into the game after serving his misconduct for boarding. Down. Lamalinara and Stein will battle. Townsend. Give it up. Stein will carry it out of the zone. Stein throws it up and into the zone. It's going to go deep enough for they'll chase down. They'll wave it off. Bennett will battle along Stein. Waits, has McCutcheon in front, just tries to dump it out. It's picked up by Grafton and dumped out for Hertansky. Across for Lamalinara. Lamalinara will just dump it back into the zone on net. Second goaltender Morris in net for Armstrong. Back out. Ferry tries to dump it in. Battle down Wood. Spencer Wood. Around for Walker. Wood carries it out. Gets around Walker and into the zone. Lute battle him off. Of course, Latrobe not utilizing Lane Ruffner tonight. Lane Ruffner has been on the bench without a stick for this contest. Lute battles around Yakmak into the corner and go out of the zone, and Prug will touch it for the offside call. Face-off coming up to our direct left here. 15:32 remaining in the third period. 6-2 Greater Latrobe. Face-off coming up. Face-off won by Latrobe. Back given to Shaw though. Shaw will let it go for Prue, who just dumps it off of. It looks like that went off of Vinny Amatucci, the backup goaltender, recording a save in this contest. No, not really. That was a joke. Face-off coming up in front of the Latrobe bench. Bad joke, I know. Landgraf will step in with Walker. Won by, I don't know. That's going to be Latrobe. Landgraf went down to try to block it and didn't get it. Bednick will get it up to Lute. Lute passes it all the way into the zone. It's going to go far enough and is an icing call. 15:18 remaining. And the whole bench is up in arms. Like literally, they're all posing with their arms in the air, wondering what's going on. They're discussing it between the linesmen. And face-off's going to come in all the way down to the left of Morris. They're going to talk about this with the benches. See what the official decision is. Face-off coming up. Floric. This is back, but Yakmak will carry it out of the zone. Yakmak in the offense zone, throws it up off the netting. Was that direct? Nope. Down low to the left of the Latrobe net. 15:09 remaining third period here. Lacanic will step into the face-off dot with Floric. Won by Floric. Back for Lute. Grafton will dump it on net. Irons will just direct it up under the glass. Wogman can't get to it. Coffey. Josh Coffey will just dump it into the zone where Grafton will chase it. Coffey comes in, passes it across. He had the opportunity to shoot, decided to pass across to a covered Myers. Back down, be collected by Wogman. Wogman just gets it up to Grafton. Skylar Grafton will get it up for a check, but it'll be picked off by Floric. Florek for Myers. Myers into the zone. Battles around, Lekanik on him. Myers holds on to it. Nice play by Myers to maintain possession. Has 3 blue shirts on him. Throws it down. Can't get to it. Grafton, but Myers will collect it inside on the dot. Check will take it. Tries to get it up, and it will be Lekanik coming the other way. Lekanik just gets it deep into the zone where Lamalinara will hold on to it. Lamalinara carries it out. They'll battle along the boards, and they'll go back in. Up and across, Hertansky. Hertansky for Stein. Hertansky will carry it in. Around. Derek Hertansky throws it through for Lamalinara. Can't get it to him. Rierick will come out of the zone. Maddox Rierick to stick in McCutcheon. I agree with the no call there. Back down for Martino. Battles around, and Hertansky will take it back into his zone. Look at it. Be dumped out to Simpson. Simpson on the backhand for Rierick. Rierick carries it in, offside. Let's see if we have any updates, movements on our scoreboard. Hashtag insert your ad here. Montour and Mars tied up at the Barrel Ice Complex once again. That one just doesn't seem like it's going to end. The Shannock up 6-1 on Morgantown. Baldwin 1-0 over Meadville. Armstrong, of course, trailing Greater Latrobe in this one, 6-2. Ringgold 5-2, and Hempfield 5-2 over Wilmington, and Hempfield up 3-1 over Plum at Pittsburgh Ice. That winner, of course, will face this winner here next week at the Island in the 7 o'clock game on Tuesday. No, I'm sorry, on Wednesday. Prue back across for Lekanik. Lekanik will dump it in. It'll be picked up by Shaw. Shaw passes it up nicely for Walker up along the boards. Walker carries it in, looks for Ferry. Doesn't make it through. Walker with 2 blue shirts draped all over him. Able to maintain possession. Gets to try to get it to Ferry. It's picked up by Yakmak, who dumps it down the ice. All the way down, and whistle for an icing call. 12:37 remaining in this contest. Face-off coming up to the right of Dylan Morris. Behind, battle off is Ryder, Alan Ryder. Set up, Florek back for Ryder in the near corner. Ryder battles off. It's going to go up to Luch, shot high and over the head of Morris. Florek battles around, Wogman for Luch. Battle off Florek. Spencer Wood waits for it, tries to get it past Robinson. J.D. Robinson just tries to get through, but it's going to be picked up by Alan Ryder in the neutral zone. Battled off. Florek takes it in. Carries it, waits for it, thinks about it, shoots. Grafton and Florek go back and forth. There's a penalty coming up on Latrobe. Florek is going to be called here for a cross-check. They picked up by Hertansky. They get him for a cross-check or a slash? Florek knew it was him. He's going to the box. And Armstrong, I believe, will get their first power play of the contest. I believe this is Armstrong's first power play. Yep, first power play. First penalty taken by Latrobe. First power play for Armstrong of the game. Townsend throws it across. Looking for Rierick. Has Quinnell at the point. Quinnell drops down to the half wall. Quinnell looking around. Back down behind the net. Up and across and cleared out of the zone. Ethan Prue was down low but couldn't make it that pass. So Spencer Wood will have to collect in his own zone. McCutcheon all over him. McCutcheon across. Finds Rierick. Maddox Rierick. Waits. Thinks about it. Comes out of the zone. Across the center of the ice, Rierick into the blue zone, into the offensive zone, across the blue, up and across, picked up by Quinnell, top of the circle, shot just wide of the net, goes into the near corner, picked up and a half wall. Wood gets it down for Quinnell. Quinnell battled off with Hertansky. Quinnell holds on to it, and it goes across, gets a little help from Prue. Ethan Prue behind the net, up for Townsend. Shot, save made. Glove couldn't hold on to it, so Prue's going to collect it. In the far wall, up to the boards. Rierick in front of the Latrobe bench. Rierick will bounce it down. Gets it to Townsend. Townsend shoots, looks for the tip from Prue. Can't get to it. Prue with Quinnell. Back for Townsend. Hunter Townsend for Prue. Ethan Prue gets it back to Townsend behind the net. On the backhand. Up along the boards for Quinnell. Rierick waits for a shot. Shoot. And it goes wide and up to Rierick at the point. Rierick just goes out of the zone. He'll take it back to center and bring it back in. 30 seconds remaining in the advantage. Everybody will get a quick change. Bertansky will take it, dump it all the way down on net from his own, below his goal line. And here comes Bennett. Bennett dumps it in deep. Lekanek chases Bednick down. Landgraf out for Martino. Martino gives it to Walker. Alex Walker into the zone. Looking for a shorty here. Has 2 blue shirts draped on him. Landgraf will chase it off. Walker just takes it, dumps it back to Bednick, who just lets it go back to just almost on net. Bednick takes it, passes it up, finds Martino on the boards. Battle with Landgraf. Lekanek will bounce it off the boards to himself. Bednick puts him up against the boards and goes out of the zone. Grafton will chase it, has Martino on him. Martino tips it back forward off of his stick. They'll battle in behind the net. Martino waits for it, gives it to Ferry in the front of the net. Walker will just dump it back into the corner for Ferry. With the blue shirts are just all over this Latrobe offense. Big hit by Lekanek. Goes across. Yakmak ties Walker up in the crease, and Lute will dump it on the ice, and they got them. Was that for too many players on the ice? Nope, just a whistle. There was no advantage on the play, so there shouldn't be a too many players penalty there. You have to make an offensive play if you're Latrobe to be able to call too many players on that play. So that's just a whistle. Coffee out of the zone. Back for Lamalinara. Back down. I learned that from Dave Fryer earlier this season. Down for Lekanek. It's been an integral part of our broadcast this year, being able to help us out and give us the ability to do this for you guys at home. So the league has been very helpful in what we've been able to receive in assistance in rules and things like that we needed. So hats off to them for being open with what we're doing. Obviously wouldn't be occurring without their input because they came to us halfway through the season. Back for Coffee, Josh Coffee for Lekanek. Back down for Wood, Spencer Wood. We'll take it, carry it into the zone, who dumps it up for Rierick. Rierick throws it across, looking for Quinnell. Quinnell battles off, back behind. Quinnell behind the net, into the near corner. Lance Quinnell thinks about it, passes it up for Wood. Switches places, back down. Townsend will tip it back. Rierick can't get to it, and it goes out of the zone. Myers gonna chase it down. Nice play by Myers to keep on to it. He puts it off the post. Coffee can't get to it. Wood behind the net. Hit by Coffee in the corner. Coffee takes a little extra shot at him. Townsend will carry it out of the zone. Townsend up, stood up by Hertansky. Back down. Townsend shoots off the net. Lekanek battles off, and Coffee will take it, gets it up for Grafton. Skylar Grafton just gets it up, and it'll be go out of the zone where he'll get it back, and they'll play catch, and Irons plays it off the glove. Lamalinara behind the net. Bounces it up, looks for Martino. Martino gets it up for McCutcheon. McCutcheon tries to go through Grafton. Grafton stands him up pretty nicely. Martino goes into the zone, but it's picked off, and Stein will have to collect it. Back into the zone, no icing here. Goes in deep, backed off by Grafton. Check will go in with him. Grafton and Martino go into the boards. Martino trying to rub him out. McCutcheon behind the net. Martino and Simpson will go into the corner. Back up for Wagaman. Stein is going to grab it. Bumped out by Simpson. Martino back for Stein. Stein shoots. Gloved by Dylan Morris. And we'll have a face-off to the left of the Armstrong net with 7:05 remaining in the third period here. Once again, I am Brian Mitchell. This is Burgh Hockey Live, our final 2 games of the season, as the Greater Latrobe Wildcats lead Armstrong 6-2 in the third period. I'll have Bishop McCourt in Indiana following this game. Bishop McCourt playing the proverbial home game away from home due to scheduling conflicts with, I believe, the Cambria County War Memorial. So this is where they'll play the contest. And speaking of the devil that I spoke of earlier, puck goes out of play and almost takes Dave Fryer out in the scorer's box. So 6:46 remaining in the third period. We got a face-off coming up deep inside the Latrobe zone. Rolling it, that was cleared out by Latrobe cleanly. So face-off coming up. Walker steps in with Landgraf. Face-off won by Landgraf, back to the corner. Dump it behind for Yakmak. Falling on it was Bird. Back out, and it's going to be picked up by Walker for Shaw. By Ferry for Shaw. Shaw carries it in, goes around, paddles off. Townsend bumps off Shaw. Ferry around for Walker. Walker behind the net. Alex Walker looking for Ferry in the slot. Back out for Bird. Bird shoots. Sits on the hole. No goal. Ferry came in, tried to get the puck behind the net, and ended up, I believe it was in Morris's glove at the time. Stonewalled him. And it's 6:12 remaining in the third period. It's 6-2. Let's look at the out-of-town scoreboard here momentarily. Face-off coming up to the left of the Armstrong net. One in, here comes Armstrong the other way. Carried out, it'll be Townsend. Hunter Townsend will just dump it into the zone. Behind Beddick. Up for Robinson. J.D. Robinson can't do anything with it. So it's going to go back around for Beddick. Ryder. Alan Ryder with the 5th goal for Latrobe here tonight. Gets it out for Robinson. Robinson has Floric, and he's going to be taken out of the play by Skylar Grafton. Rierick will come the other way. Maddox Rierick into the zone. Rierick will shoot off this mask of Irons. Up and around. Ryder clears it out. And cleared up. 5:24 remaining in this one. Cleared in the zone, where Lute will take it. Dalton Lute takes it across for Ryder, but it's going to come the other way. Ryder dumps it into the zone. Back behind. Robinson and Townsend. Wogman. Bounced off by Floric and out of the zone. Beddick getting a lot of time here late. Icing is the call. Beddick getting a lot of time late because, of course, they're not playing their captain, Wayne Ruffner, in this contest. Neshannock defeats Morgantown, our first final of the game, 9-1 at Hess Ice Rink. Alan Saunders up there for that contest. Mars and Montour tied at 5 at Barrel. It's 1-0 Baldwin at Meadville at the Ice Castle Arena. Latrobe in 6 and Armstrong 2 here. Ringgold leading Wilmington 6-2 and Hempfield leading Plum 3-2. So we'll see where that Montour Mars game ends up right now, because they've got to be coming down to the nitty-gritty here. Is off back. The point. Shot on high and held onto by Irons. Still 5-5. Ringgold up 6-2 at Hockeyville. We had a penalty shot up in Barrel. Danny Mitchell stonewalled Michael Felsing, and here on that one in that 5-5 game, Matt Popchalk's up there. You can follow him at Popchalk Says on Twitter. They look like they're staring down an overtime game up there. I'm not going to speak for them because I'm about 40 miles southeast of them. Stein. Okay, it's probably a little bit closer, but it's probably about 40. Up for Hertansky. Hertansky waits, bounces it up for Prue. They'll battle in the corner. Hertansky stumps it across. They're going to go out of the zone for Rierick. Rierick will take it across, find Wood. Out, and it will be Lamelinar up for Martino. Martino carries it into the zone. Back down, Stein behind the net, looking for Wood. They'll battle in the corner. 3:40 remaining in this one. Latrobe leading 6-2 over the Armstrong Riverhawks. Winner advances, loser goes home tonight. Rierick will dump it into the zone. Hertansky will battle off Quinnell, and Hertansky will go. There'll be a penalty coming up against Hertansky for interference. Oh, they're going to call that one. And call that roughing on Hertansky. Once again, following this contest, it will be Bishop McCourt and Indiana here at Kirk Nevin Arena. Quinnell will step in with, I believe, Walker. Townsend back across. Prue back down looking for Quinnell, but it's going to go to Beddick. Backing around for Rierick. Nope, going to go to Townsend and out of the zone. Walker's going to come the other way, try to go around Rierick. Nice play by Rierick to separate him. Puts it back into the zone. Lute waits for it, fires a shot clear down the ice and off the back wall. Prue will chase it down. Ferry comes in. Prue gets a stick in, separates Ferry from the puck. Back out, Yakmak's going to come in the other way. Yakmak battles around, leaves it for Quinnell. Quinnell into the zone. Waits for it, shot blocked by Lute. Backhanded out by Ferry. And he'll clear it out of the zone where Rierick will chase down, but Quinnell will get there first. A lot of misdirection on their pickups. Getting me pretty tough here. Rierick coming into the zone. Maddox Rierick. Up and around. Comes in. Waits, throws one in front. Back down. Prue can't hold on to it. Townsend shoots, bounces it off there. Rierick waits for it. Battled off by Ferry. Townsend in the corner. It's going to be picked up and cleared down the length of the ice. Off the wall and on net. Prue will take it. 50 seconds remaining in the power play. Yakmak dump it down. 2 to go in this contest. Back behind Morris is Grafton. Skylar Grafton will take it, bounce it out for Townsend, but Floric will be able to regain that one for Yakmak. Yakmak looking for check between his legs, so it goes right to Lamelinar, who's been getting a lion's share of the minutes here with Lute. Shaw will dump it in deep. Back behind, and we've got a call. Interference call coming up on check. And Armstrong will head to the box with 1:47 remaining in this one. 24 remaining in the first penalty. So this one looks like it's heading the way that it's heading. And 1:47 remaining in this one. 5-5 is your score still at the Barrel Ice Complex.
Armstrong penalty to number 30, early check. A 2-minute minor for interference.
Overtime at Barrel Ice Complex, so Montour and Mars cannot be handled inside the regular 51 minutes. They'll head to the overtime periods. It's regulation overtime in the PIHL postseason. No time limits. First golden goal wins. Pop Chalk just releasing that one on Twitter. Puck goes out. It'll be cleared out of the zone. Martino chase it down, out. Wood behind the net. Martino and Wood go into the corner. They'll battle it off. 1:04 remaining this one. Landgraf comes the other way, has Hertansky in front of him. Lamelinar sticks it off of him. Hertansky will take it, passes it up for Martino. Martino through the legs of Townsend into the zone. Martino waits, looks for McCutcheon. Shot, save made by Morris. He goes behind the net, held on to by Dylan Morris. And a face-off coming up. 6-2 with 49 seconds remaining in this one. for the update at home. 3-2 Hempfield leads Plum. Looks like Greater Latrobe's going to move on to the island at 7 p.m. and face one of the Hempfield Spartans or the Plum Mustangs. 7 p.m. next Wednesday at the Island Sports Center. 48 seconds remaining in this one. Coffee behind the net, bounces off floor, carries in front of that shot. Save made by Morris. And they'll talk a little bit in front of the net, Floric and a couple of them. Yakima, it looks like they get a little bit talk going in, and looks like it's the end of the road for the Armstrong Riverhawks. Solid season, no, if you all things considered. Finished 7-10-1 on the season. And, you know, it's been an up season from last season, and they're just continuing to grow and become better as a team. So, credit to the Armstrong Riverhawks and Lee Grafton for the program he's building down there. Back down behind Latrobe to the power play. They're going to dump it behind. Sorry, no, not to the power play. This one's going to end 4-on-4. Back behind McCutcheon. And Wogman will just dump it out. Cleared out and held on to. Picked off by Stein. Stein will take it, throw it to center. 19 seconds to go. They'll just take the puck and burn the clock. McCutcheon will carry it in. 14. McCutcheon comes in. Nice play and held on to by Morris with 9.8 seconds remaining in this one. Once again, following this one will be Indiana Bishop McCourt news stream on our BurghHockey.com. Greater Latrobe will move on next week to face the Hempfield Spartans or the Plum Mustangs, 7 p.m. at the RMU Island Sports Center on Wednesday. So you can catch all that action at the Island. But for now, this one will go final with the score. The Greater Latrobe Wildcats 6 and the Armstrong Riverhawks 2. Once again, I'm Brian Mitchell. We're going to do a quick update on the scoreboard, then we're going to head over to our new stream. Let's see what we got at this moment. It's an overtime at the Barrel Ice Complex. Oh, wait, no, we have a winner. Mars defeats Montour 6-5 at the Barrel Ice Complex. Neshannock defeats Morgantown. Baldwin leading Meadville. Waiting for the updates on these. Victory in overtime for Mars. They pile on at center ice. Mars defeats the Spartans. There will be no repeat winner for the Montour Spartans. Neshannock 9-1. Greater Latrobe finishes one 6-2. Baldwin 1-0. Ringgold 8-2 over Wilmington. Hempfield leading Plum still 3-2. I'm Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me here at Kirk Nevin Arena in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. We will be back momentarily as the Bishop McCourt Crushers will face the Indiana Little Indians. Take care, guys.